learners, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. This is Saiful. I'm an assistant teacher of Ordina High School of Bangladesh, and you are most welcome in my Saiful English Academy again. Dear learners, hope that you are very fine by the grace of Almighty Allah and watched my previous classes smartly and with the reference of my previous classes. Today's class I have been present in front of the new version of the class manager exclamatory sentence. Manager exclamatory sentence. But before starting today's class, so I want to declare topics of today's class, my dear learners. And in this class, at first, I'm trying to show you about your review of my previous class. Review of my previous class. Secondly, my dear learners, I'm trying to show you about definition of an exclamatory sentence. Thirdly, I'm trying to show you about selection of an exclamatory sentence with examples. And finally, I'm trying to show you about differences among assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, objective sentence, and exclamatory sentence. So, my dear learners, now let's take a look at the word and try to understand. So, my dear learners, at first, I'm trying to show you review my previous classes. My dear learners, in my previous class, I was trying to make you understand about what's an objective sentence. We told that, my dear learners, an objective sentence is a type of sentence which expresses wish, prayer, desire, cause, etc. And we are told that selection of an objective sentence. We are told that, my dear learners, we can select an objective sentence in the two ways. Number one, starting word may and finally ended with the notes of full stop. Number two, starting word long live and finally ended with the notes of full stop. And you were told about various kinds of differences among assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, and imperative sentence. And with the reference of my previous classes, these classes have been present in front of you with a new adventure and a class. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. So now I'm trying to show you a definition of an exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. My dear learners, if we want to define an exclamatory sentence, we can say that, my dear learners, an exclamatory sentence is a type of sentence which expresses strong feeling or emotion such as excitement, surprise, or anger. Okay, my dear, let's hope that you have understood clearly. If you want to define an exclamatory sentence, you can say that my dear learners, an exclamatory sentence is a type of sentence which expresses strong feeling or emotions such as excitement, surprise, or anger. Anger, that you have understood clearly. My dear learners, now I'm trying to show you about selection oil. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand selection oil of an exclamatory sentence. You'll have to mind that, my dear learners, there are various kinds of selection oil of an exclamatory sentence, but among various kinds of selection oil of an exclamatory sentence, I'm trying to highlight a few oils, such as number one, starting word, have plus adjective, and finally ended with the notes of explanation. Okay, my dear learners, next number two, starting with OH, A, Aulian, plus adjective, and finally ended with the notes of exclamation. Number three, starting with would, that, and finally ended with the notes of exclamation. Number four, starting with had, and finally ended with the notes of exclamation. Number five, starting with if, and finally ended with the notes of exclamation. And number six, starting with some interjection, such as rare, bravo, wow, ls, o, ouch, fry, fine, etc. And finally ended with the notes of full stop. Of that you have understood clearly. Now, to learners, let to mind that there are various ways of selection of an exclamatory sentence, but among various kinds of selection, I'm trying to highlight some ways, such as number one, have plus adjective, and finally they do the notes of explanation such as habitual our country is habitual Bangladesh is how nice Romana is how smart Purnima is how lovely Shabnur is etc. Example may be given regard this selection of number two starting with the OH A oblique plus adjective and finally ended with the notes of full stop. Magellanus many examples may be given regarding this selection or starting with OH oblique such as OH beautiful beautiful country our Bangladesh is OH big river the Podda is OH an honest man Mr. Korean etc. Okay, maybe learners next number three starting with Uj that I were a king, I were a what, I were a million year, etc. Examples may be given regard this, maybe learners. Next, number four, starting on hedge and finally into the notes of explanation. Now, various of examples may be given regard this, such as had I been a king, had I been a god, had I been a queen, had I been a millionaire, etc. Had I been a president, have I been a prime minister of Bangladesh, etc. Examples may be given. Next, number five, major learner says, starting with the if and finally into the notes of explanation. If I were a bird, if I were a king, if I were a millionaire, if I were a prime minister of a country, Bangladesh, etc. Examples may be given with the reference of the selection order. Next, my dear learners, number six, various kinds of interjection may be starting word or including the notes of explanation, such as hooray, hooray, win the game, bravo, bravo, the little was too fast, wow, the little was too fast, alas, I'm injured, wow, Rohim lost his father, ah, Purim died of cancer, ouch, ouch. Ouch, my head is very headache today, etc. Five, you are so bad. Five, you are so bad. Various kinds of example may be given with the reference of this selection. I hope that you have understood clearly. Last question to you, my dear listeners, and now I'm trying to show you difference between assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, objective sentence, and exclamatory sentence. Okay, my dear learners, you'll have to mind that, my dear learners, there are various kinds of differences among these five categories of sentence, such as number one, definition. definition. Of course, you know that my dear learners from my previous classes. What's the definition of an assertive sentence? An assertive sentence is a type of sentence which makes a statement. On the contrary, an interrogative sentence is a type of sentence which asks any question. Imperative sentence is a type of sentence which expresses an or a command, an order, an advice. Request of prohibition and instruction, etc. An operative sentence expresses wish, prayer, hope, etc. An exclamatory sentence expresses and the strong feelings of a mind, etc. Okay, and next difference among them selection oil. Medial and abstract to mind that we can select an assertive sentence into choice. On the contrary, we can select an interrogative sentence into choice. We can select an imperative sentence in five ways. We can select an objective sentence into choice. We can select an exclamatory sentence into six ways. And there are various kinds of advantage of definition and selection oil. Hope that you have understood clearly. My dear learners, I don't want to learn in class, but I want to share some information with you about myself, my dear learners. Of course, you know that I'm a new teacher in YouTube channel, and I'm trying to make various kinds of videos in English version, though I'm a Bangladeshi guy. But dear learners, if you notice any faults or mistakes in the videos of my video class, please excuse me and pray to all my dear learners so that I can help you in this way through my video classes throughout my life. So, my dear learners, now much today come to say again with a new advertisement, a new class. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.